Welcome to part 1 of negative painting in watercolor. This video will introduce you to the difference between positive and negative painting using watercolor. First, before we get into all the talk about positive and negative painting, I have a little story to tell you. When I was 6 years old and all the other kids were getting really fun gifts from Santa, like bikes and sleds and gumball machines, I got something else. My present was a coloring book. And get this, the title was Still Lifes for Early Elementary Students. I almost started to cry. But below the title it said, Learn how to color in shapes like nobody's business. Wow! Now that sounded positive. I opened my brand new coloring book to the first page, and here is what I found. Yep. A still life drawn in sturdy black lines. I suppose they thought that the black lines would teach me exactly where to put my crayons. I dutifully started to color in each shape. I would have preferred a Chatty Cathy doll, but my first still life turned out to be a pretty positive experience. Positive! That reminds me, it's time to get back to the subject of this video. Let's try to answer the burning art question. What is the difference between positive painting and negative painting? It's not like one is bad and the other is good, or one is right and the other is wrong. And it's not at all like the difference between a photographic negative and a photographic print either. Producing art using a positive approach is what we all learned in our coloring books. The essence of the positive approach to art is filling in shapes. While I'm painting positively, I'm thinking of the name of the thing I'm painting. This is a pear. But the name of the thing tends to limit me. Thinking this is the pear becomes equivalent to put the paint inside the pear shape. And saying to myself, this is the vase, influences me to put the paint inside the vase shape. If I am thinking, this is the stem, where must I put my paint? Inside the stem shape. Let's quickly fill in everything else using positive painting. It's funny, when I don't know the name of something, I invent a name before I paint it. This is viney stuff. So now you see, this is positive painting, meaning each of the shapes is filled in with color, a lot like filling in a coloring book, but without the sturdy black lines. When I want to paint using a negative painting approach, I no longer say anything to myself about what the name of the object is, because I am no longer seeing objects as shapes to be filled in. Instead, with negative painting, I am choosing an edge and thinking about painting away from that edge into the surrounding space. Here comes another edge. My brain is no longer busy naming things. Instead, it is busy looking for edges to define. Fantastic! I recognize this thing, even though I didn't paint inside the lines at all. I have put all my paint in the negative space. Even small edges deserve negative painting. Since all this negative space is nice and wet, it's a great chance to put some color out there. Bothered by the whiteness of the pear? No problem. It can gain some color as I paint away negatively from the edges of the heart. Painting first with clean water and then stroking in the color may be entertaining, but don't lose track of the main point, finding an edge and painting away from it. Wow! Negative painting makes my brain feel different. Negative painting is addictive. Notice that with negative painting, I have no interest whatsoever in the light source or in showing roundness or shadows. Now let's look at some snapshots to show progress quickly. Here it is, a still life created entirely with negative painting. Thanks for watching. Part 2 of this lesson will continue with more negative painting with watercolor.